Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord, and well, this series is going to be focusing a bit on, well, two different themes. One of the main themes that is obviously going to be running throughout is our units. Our units are going to be those without any skill in athletics at all, and obviously this is taking it to such a vast extreme that I have actually gone into Chaos's tweak settings and made it so that my athletics multiplier for earning experience is at 10% of normal. So in other words, it literally is 90% reduced. So we are going to be moving the slowest that we possibly can. I really need to remove my horse as well because we want to make sure that we are moving the slowest we possibly can in combat. And the same thing for my forces as well. As you can see right here, I have made a custom troop tree. These guys are outfitted in the best possible armor that you can get, but that's pretty much all they have. They don't have anything else. They have a very basic mace type weapon, and they also have some thrown weapons, which admittedly are going to be pretty good at what they do. They are going to do some pretty nice damage. But the theme for this series is basically turtle, very, very high defense, very low offense units and playstyle. So that's one of the themes that we're going to be going forward with. And the other theme, I don't know whether you can already tell by the name of the units that I've made here, but we're going to go for a bit of a lore bringer, a bit of a hand of the lore sort of thing going on here as well. In other words, we're going to be executing a bunch. Yeah, kind of like, kind of like Judge Dredd style sort of thing. But now here's the thing. I've named my clan something different. Yes, we are part of the Lawbringer clan, and I have gone for a little bit of alliteration because I generally like that quite a bit. But yeah, so his name is Lars, as you can see, and he is Lars Lawbringer. So that's such a facepalm moment, isn't it? Anyway, you can take a look at my mod list in the description. I have not added any additional factions or anything like that, but I have basically just added the HP per level mod back so that every single unit that we have and every single unit that the AI has is going to be having additional HP and so on and so forth. So also, oh yes, one thing that is going to be very, very important to stress here, I will not be, basically, I will not be joining any faction. I will not join any faction, and what I will attempt to do, oh, these are noble units. I have not actually recruited a noble unit yet, and as a result, I haven't customized them. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. Yes, I'm going to have to do that in just a second, because otherwise it's going to look absolutely ridiculous going into the first battle. But anyway. What I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to execute anyone I can get my hands on, so it doesn't matter who they are. They could be part of a minor faction, they could be part of a, you know, they could be part of a major faction, they could be anyone at all, but any hero unit that I can get my hands on, I will execute them no matter what. And I'm going to be very interested to see how that goes, because obviously that's going to make it so that taking castles and things like that might be difficult. I'm obviously not entirely sure about that, because let's face it, if we have super high defense units, it might be pretty easy to capture things. But I started in Sturgia, and starting in Sturgia means that one of the first opponents we're going to be fighting against, it's the Crusade, of course. And you know how the Crusade are. They have horse archers, and horse archers are absolutely amazing with their mobility. And you can imagine fighting those kinds of units with, well, people that have zero. I literally have zero with these guys in athletics. I went into my little warband, and they have 0 athletics and some of the heaviest armor that you can buy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are literally not even going to be able to move. But I haven't even gone into a fight just yet, so hopefully we're going to see in just a second how that goes. I'm going to just go and customize the noble units right now, and then we'll hopefully get into a battle. So here is the first fight. Now I am wholeheartedly assuming that this is going to be, I wouldn't say difficult, because let's face it, I do have some units that have ranged weapons and shields, and we are up against looters. But obviously as time goes on, this is going to very much, I don't know, let me know actually how you feel about this, because obviously I went for units that are basically the most defensive they possibly can be, and otherwise they are pretty much, well, they can't do anything else. that is pretty much it. They can't do anything else. So what I'm also going to try and do is I'm going to try and level up my own throwing skill. I have given myself a little bit of an increase in my thrown weapon proficiency leveling speed, because generally that's all I'm actually going to be able to do. Because you know I've already changed my athletics skill. I've made it so that it is 10%. The speed at which it levels is at 10%, so obviously it is going to be almost nigh impossible to increase that at all. And so that's something to bear in mind. And I'm very intrigued about how this is going to work, because here's the thing. I am obviously not going to be joining any faction as a mercenary. I'm going to be picking my own battles. We're going to be going into fights that are purely based upon the fact whether we can win or not. And actually, maybe we want to add that as bit of a caveat as well, where we basically say to ourselves, do we know this guy or girl or whatever to be a person that is a war criminal or something like that? You know, so let's say that we know that that person has done battle against a village, for example. Let's say that they have, we know that they've raided a village. And if they've raided that village, do we see fit to exact vengeance upon them? Those kinds of things might be kind of fun to, you know, try and make work. I obviously don't know whether it's actually going to work, but it would be kind of cool, right? I feel like it would be kind of cool. But let's see what happens in the meantime, because obviously I do have to level these guys up and everything. Okay, yes, I need to sell. Let's just sell the prisoners. There we go. So yes, as I said before, I have increased my one-handed and my thrown weapon proficiencies, but that's basically it. Everything else has remained almost exactly the same as it was in the previous series. Oh yeah, I also haven't spec'd any of my attribute or focus points at the moment, and I'm actually going to be going for one-handed skill. I'm going to be going for nothing in athletics, as I said before. I have one focus point due to the starting character creation choices, but that's pretty much it. And otherwise, we're just going to be focusing on combat skills and also focusing on medicine and, well, I don't even know. Charm, I guess. Charm is probably going to be kind of useful, maybe to marry someone, question mark? I really don't know. But we're going to be going for some vigor here. Going to get 8 in vigor. Going to get a little bit in control as well. And we're just going to be doing this. I don't care about damage against shields, so we're going to go for drawing weapons. And we're also going to be going for handling increase. And increase your damage with two-handed weapons against shields. That could be really, really useful. I think I might try using a two-handed axe later in the series as well. I think that might be quite kind of fun, right? I feel like that might be kind of fun, because then we can just swing around a massive two-handed axe, destroy shields with one hit. Can we? Can we make that happen? I would love if that would happen, because yeah, shields are my absolute nemesis most of the time. Oh, we got some Sea Raiders right here. Hello there. I would like to fight. Oh. Yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, that's not really going to give us much, unfortunately. We are going to get a little bit of charm skill here and there, but yeah, that guy decided to join us. And obviously, yeah, that's going to put pay to that, basically. So, the first order of business. What is the first order of business in a new series for us? Well, that is to get some money, isn't it? Yes, to get some money and to get our economy started. So how do we get our economy started? Well, we probably have to fight a bunch of bandits, try to level up our forces in the meantime as well. And, well, this is actually a pretty large fight. Okay, this will give our forces a little bit of a workout, I think. And what we're going to do is, apart from the fact that my forces are basically the worst when it comes to athletics, let's actually see how fast they move. This is how fast they move with 0 athletics. I mean, I actually expected them to move quite a bit slower, to be honest, but no, apparently they're moving pretty fast, amazingly enough. Not entirely sure how that was even possible, but okay. Oh, nice headshot there, Lars. Very good, very good. But yeah, as I say, I'm basically just going to try and level up my thrown weapons as fast as I possibly can. And I will then hopefully have my units do the same things and everything. And yeah, it seems like we're actually not doing too badly. We did lose someone. Someone actually did get eliminated, surprisingly enough. Who would have expected that, considering my forces are basically, you know, as I say, very defensive. But yet they were able to, you know, take someone out, these looters, which is actually kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Anyway, let's just sell these. We're also not really going to be going for any trade skill or anything like that. Oh yeah, I should probably, I'm just going to do auto-equip. That's also a thing that I'm going to be doing primarily in this series as well. We're basically just going to auto-equip every single time we get some relatively decent gear in my inventory. I'm going to allow the game to decide my gear and to decide my equipment, with the exception of obviously my weapon loadout, because obviously I want to eventually use a hammer or a mace, so I'm going to be on the lookout for a decent mace so that we can use a similar kind of weaponry to our own forces. And I am of course going to be on the lookout for a very heavy set of armor. My people are currently wearing an armor set that is 40 weight. And I'm not sure if there is anything heavier than that, but from what I could tell, that seems to be the heaviest. But if you know of some armor that is heavier, then by all means let me know, and I'll be happy to you know, upgrade or change our equipment for our forces, because that might be kind of fun. And otherwise, we just need to earn Renown. Renown is also a thing that we are going to need quite a lot of. So let's just continue to go into these battles. I think it might actually be kind of fun as well to institute a rule where we basically just go into a full charge as soon as we enter the battle, with the exception of very large vassal battles. Because if there's a very large vassal battle, we probably want to try and achieve victory in those cases, and we're not vastly outgearing the opponent. I mean, like right now, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, my forces are probably not going to be taking too much damage from these looters, because I mean they are looters after all, right? They are looters, so it's going to be pretty easy for most of our forces to survive this battle at the very least, but against other vassals and things like that, probably not so much. So that's also something that maybe we want to think about doing too, where I might, once I get to clan tier 2, or actually clan tier 1, because we actually start at clan tier 0, so once I get to clan tier 1, it might actually make sense for me to start attacking enemy vassals. And I'm talking about just attacking randomly here. So attacking villagers and attacking anyone that I can get my hands on within the Khuzait kingdom, because that's obviously the first stop for us, basically. I would like to be able to wage war against the Khuzait first, because they are usually the people that you would assume are not really going to be that different. Well, I mean, they're kind of far away usually whenever I start a series, and it would be quite cool if we could maybe, you know, get embroiled into a bit of a battle beforehand, before, you know, before they actually get to a point where they either own half the map or they have literal 2 fiefs left or something like that. That might be kind of fun. Gonna level up my medicine skill a little bit more as well. We need to try and make sure that our forces, when they do get eliminated, are only going to get knocked unconscious. That is hopefully going to be a good way to go about things. What's this? Rival gang moving in. I don't think I can really do the rival gang stuff, unfortunately, because my my gear is really, really bad. And I would prefer to do something that actually gives my units experience as well. So if I could do something like I don't know, a caravan mission, or if I could go into the battle against these looters here. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to catch any of these groups on the world map when I have, well, quite literally the least athletic skill that you can possibly have. But I think actually Chaos's Tweaks is giving me a little speed benefit and also a disadvantage for the opponent when they have been chased for a little bit of time. So that's obviously going to make things a little easier on us, thankfully, because otherwise it would be a very tedious experience. And I'm actually going to get murdered. Almost. I almost got murdered right there. But there you go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, we are going to very quickly get into doing vassal battles, and obviously, if we can do it, we're going to try and execute every single person we come across, which is definitely going to increase the difficulty of the overall playthrough by a pretty considerable margin, because it means that I have basically no allies in the entire world. The entire world is going to be against us, and we are going to stand by the word of lore, which is our own word, I guess. That's kind of how we're going to do things, I suppose. Going to be a bit of a vigilante slash renegade slash person that kills indiscriminately, I guess. But yes, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's kind of I feel like it's kind of a cool theme, but if you don't like the theme, then I apologize. Stick around for the next series after this one. If you want a different one, then by all means, go ahead and suggest it when it is appropriate. Otherwise, let's see what we can do against this larger band of looters. There are 36 of them actually on the battlefield. Okay. Can I do some damage though? That is the question. Yes. Can I? Yeah. I'd like a headshot against this guy, please. Ooh, neck shots. Nice. I like the neck shot. And I'm actually going back to a very, very enjoyable way of playing for me, which is using thrown weapons. I absolutely love thrown weapons in almost every single respect in Bannerlord. It's a bit funny, really, because as I've said in previous series, usually I would absolutely loathe playing with thrown weapons in Warband, but in Bannerlord they have really done a fantastic job of making thrown weapons so much more fun to use, and in general so much more usable, I suppose you could say. Because for me specifically, I had a terrible time using them in Bannerlord, in Warband. And yeah, in this it's just so much nicer, it really is. There's actually a tournament going on here, so I think what I might try to do is I might go in for the tournament once I have restored myself to full HP. Can I go in there right now? Yes, I can. Okay, fantastic. We're going to get reinforced leather armor. Obviously, I'm not going to give myself any money. I'm not going to give myself any gear or anything like that, because obviously starting off from zero for our own character, that is half the fun, really, in my opinion. And let's have a look and see what we can do here. I only have 300 gold to spend. I literally have nothing more. I probably should have sold all my gear before coming in here so that I could actually make a little bit of extra cash, but oh well, never mind. Oh yeah, I remember it's actually a Crusade tournament as well. This is this is not this is actually hilarious because I'm using a bow and I'm someone who has 0 in bow skill, but I do have a one-handed, so I'm gonna try and make the most of this if I can. Yes. I have 0 in riding skill as well, by the way, so I'm even slower on a horse than I am on foot, maybe. So I have 10 in athletics. Murder him. Can we take him out, please? Oh, we are very quickly getting outnumbered. Well, this is bad. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted. And now we just have to help out our Crusade Lancer friend here and eliminate the last enemy. Yes, doing tournaments in Crusade territory, it's definitely not something for me right now. I should have probably gone to Empire territory to do this, to be honest. I feel like that probably would have made more sense, but oh well, never mind. Oh, they've given me a two-handed slashing polearm. I love these. Yeah, I actually really enjoy the two-handed slashing polearms, but yeah, yes, my opponents apparently also do, so this is going to be a little bit, as I said, a little bit painful, and now I have been eliminated. Oh dear, well, I have no money. Yeah, that's actually a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh well, never mind, never mind. We do have the ability to sell my stuff, which obviously I'm going to. I'm also going to be selling my weapons too, because I don't know whether I'm actually going to get into doing any smithing or anything like that, but yeah, the main reason why I actually wanted to win that is because it would, I think, almost get me to Clan Tier 1, and that would have been fantastic, but yeah, doing a tournament in Khuzait territory, as I said, that was definitely a judgment error, if you'll forgive the pun, because obviously we're using judge units. Yeah, you get it, right? But yeah, unfortunately, let me see. Do you think I can maybe get into another one, or maybe I should just... You know what? Let's just fight these forest bandits. Forest bandits are some of the hardest bandits to fight, especially for a, well, especially for an army that has such little athletics as I do, but of course the enemy does have a lot of ranged capability, so this is actually a pretty decent test. Because if we go into a battle against units that are generally really good when it comes to ranged capabilities, and we can pull out actually ahead, then... Oh, they're actually firing fire arrows against us as well. Oh, it's going to look real fun at least. Even if we do lose, it's going to look very, very cool. Kind of wish my thrown weapons had fire on them as well now. I wonder whether that's possible, even though it's completely unrealistic. It would look really, really cool. Yeah, no, never mind. Seems like the enemy really can't do much against us right there. We are just way too defensive right now. And there we go. We really? We didn't get that much experience? I'm kind of surprised. I would have expected to get a lot more experience with those forest bandits, but okay. Anyway, in the next episode, what we're going to do, obviously this is not the end of this episode just yet, but I just want to kind of outline how the next episode is going to go. Because here's the thing. In the next episode, I am aiming to, again, very quickly start attacking a faction. And in this case, it's probably going to be the Khuzait. Because personally, I feel like with the gear that we currently have with our forces here, and I've very obviously gone for a coordinated look for a specific reason. I've gone for this look where they are using all the same gear, all the same weapons and everything, because generally that's how it is. If they are lawbringers, they're obviously going to have a uniform or some set of armor that is relatively similar to each other. And that's the reason why they look the same. So, yeah, that is actually the reason for that, not any other reason. But yeah. Anyway, next episode we are going to be attacking the Khuzait pretty harshly. I was actually hoping to do it in this one. Maybe we can still make it. I'm not entirely sure, because I would like to be able to get at least Clan Tier 1, because we do need to get... that extra clan, what is it now? Army size, that's it, army size. Ooh, there's a tournament going on here. Okay, this could work. This might very well work. Let me see. It's an empire town. We might get lucky. Let's try it. There's one noble present. Oh dear. One noble present. We are going to get some bronze pauldrons with neck guard, though. If I can achieve victory here, this is going to be very, very surprising, and I'm never going to do it in a million years. What do you bet? Oh, he was helping me, even though he's a part of an enemy team. Okay, let me actually speak properly. Okay, there we go. This guy is just completely ignoring me. Thank you. Oh, actually, I should have allowed him to shoot the other guy so much more, because this guy is an Imperial Legionary. He's going to kill me in one hit. Oh, never mind. He didn't, because he was very low HP himself. So that definitely put paid to that. Okay, fantastic. Very nice. All right. It's a 1 versus 1 situation. I have been given my perfect loadout. The only way it could be better is if they gave me thrown weapons. If they gave me thrown weapons, this would be even quicker. Okay, there we go. Another bet. I have no more money, once again. So this is a do-or-die situation, as I do not have anything in my inventory to back me up this time. So if I do get... Oh, no. If I do get eliminated, that's bad. You can see here already the HP per level mod is kicking in, because you saw there the Imperial Legionary took so much more damage than he would have normally. And here we go. An Imperial Sergeant Crossbowman. Okay. Probably not going to be that difficult for us, but bear in mind, I am vastly outgeared here. He is... Well, okay, apparently not. Never mind. Apparently not. Okay, so there's 6,200, and look at that fantastic amounts of renown that we've just gained there, and the Lawbringer clan has increased to 1. That is exactly what we wanted, and we also gained a very nice piece of armor there as well, which we can now equip. Very, very good. Okay, I am pleased about this, and now we can recruit some more troops, which is exactly what we want, and now all I need to do is level them up. So I just need to go around here, try and recruit as many people as I can get my hands on. I don't really want to run into any of these looters at the moment, even though it is very tempting, because here's the thing, running into these looters right now would make the most sense in the world. It really would. It would make the most sense, because we are then going to be able to level up our forces, but I don't actually have that many forces to level up just yet. That's the reason why it's not good timing, unfortunately. I would love to be able to go into the battle with these 20 looters, for example. I think I might just do that just for the increase in renown and various other things. And obviously we do have a couple of low tier units anyway, so it might make sense. And let's see what we can do here. Gonna tell our forces just to charge straight on in. And I'm gonna try and see if I can get some more thrown weapon proficiency here. He says, as his first attack gets blocked so incredibly embarrassingly. Oh, there's a lot of them actually doing some damage with their bows at the moment. Not a big fan of that, so I'm going to try and hit them in the head, if I can. I'm almost 100 in throwing weapons, which is pretty nice. All of my other skills are going to be literally at 10, when my thrown weapon skill is at 300 or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be one of those, you know. It's going to be one of those where we are highly specialized in something very, very specific, and then the rest of our stuff is pretty much nothing at all. Okay, we've got a good shield, and I look... Oh dear, I'm so sorry, Lars. Why do you look so incredibly ridiculous right now? It's because of the tattered old fur armor. Yes, indeed. Don't worry, Lars. I will get something much better for you in 10 episodes' time. He is literally just absolutely screaming at me right now and not very pleased. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, shield bearer, we're going to go for, let's go for something here. Projectile speed of our thrown weapons is increased. We have another 3 attribute points and 3 focus points. By the way, we are 40 years old this time around. I made Lars a little bit in the middle this time, so instead of being 50 years old, he's 40 years old. And yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. Anyway, I'm going to increase my medicine skill to the maximum that it possibly can be, and we should probably also increase my control skill probably to maximum, because I'm not going to be getting anything from athletics at all. And bear in mind, there is this over here, which increases your control attribute by 1. It otherwise would increase my vigor attribute by 1 as well, but I'm not actually going to take into account any of the other attribute increasing perks, because it's more than likely I'm not going to be getting them. So we'll see how that goes, but otherwise, yes. One more focus point, probably put it in charm skill. Charm skill is always good to have, even if I'm not going to use it that much, because, as I say, if I do create my own faction, which I think, I mean, it depends. I might actually just remain sort of like a vigilante kind of party, running around, executing people when and where I can, and maybe besieging things when I have nothing else to do, possibly. But I'm not sure how that's going to go, because if I have 0 vassals, because everyone hates me, you know, because I've obviously executed every single one of the people that they care about, then that might be a little bit difficult. It might be a bit difficult to control that territory with just one person. But I suppose what I could do is I could marry someone, possibly. Marrying someone does require charm skill anyway, so it's probably going to be kind of useful if I level that up at least a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, let me see if I can sell this stuff. Do I have any upgrades? No, I do not. I need to make sure that I keep an eye on my money situation as well, because at the moment, while my wages are not exactly super bad, they are very quickly going to spiral out of control when I have an army of 100 or so and I have no economy to speak of whatsoever. So that's also something to think about. And I also think I need to install another mod that I might have forgotten about, which is indeed the mod. I think I already have it installed, but it's disabled at the moment. But it's that mod that basically gives you the gear of the Lord that you execute. And I think that that is probably going to be something that is pretty much required for a playthrough of this kind. So I'm going to probably get that enabled when I go to record the next episode, which will be very, very soon. So yeah, something like that would probably be quite nice. There is another tournament going on here. Do I want to go in here? Well, it is an Empire tournament. Might make sense for me to go in. I might get some... Oh. Never mind, I was actually hoping that I'd get a chest piece of some kind, but who cares? Lars really likes this chest armor, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. It's a fashion choice. Very, 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 very good, yes. Okay, let's just try and achieve victory against the green team. It seems like it's actually working quite well. Good work. Good work, sir, whoever you are. I choose to call him Steve. Good work, Steve. You are walking around and breathing and swinging your weapon. Very nice. Yes, he is the assistant breathing coordinator. That sounds like a good idea. Anyway, we really are actually not doing too badly in this tournament. Look at the blue team. They still have people alive. I'm very surprised. Yeah, well, it should be pretty easy for us to mop up the rest of the opponent. There is actually someone on a horse. Unfortunately, the green team still has a mounted unit. I am actually taking quite a bit of damage from this guy, but hopefully my forces will be able to eliminate him. I'm just going to keep my shield up for the moment. Okay, here we go. Let's go in. Need to be careful. I've got a thrown weapon. Oh, nice headshot. Unfortunately, he survived it. He survived the headshot. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. HP per level. Really, really enjoyable mod, in my opinion, because it does make it so that these kinds of situations happen where the enemy would have been taken out much, much earlier. But of course, because they have that additional HP, it's now providing them that opportunity to eliminate us. Which, while it's bad for us, it is actually kind of good for us at the same time, because that does increase the intensity of the experience. At least, that's what I think. Anyway, there's an Imperial Veteran Infantryman that wants to eliminate us, and hopefully we are not going to succumb to his damage. Oh dear. I almost did. He's actually doing a pretty good job of defending here as well, which I am not a big fan of. Thank you very much, sir. Ooh, he completely lost the plot at that point, didn't he? Yes, he certainly did. Okay, so is this actually better than what I was using before? No, I think it's actually about exactly the same. Ugh, how disappointing. Would have been nice to get a piece of torso armor or something like that. But, yeah, as I say, Lars probably prefers what he's currently wearing. Anyway, there's 7,650. Very, very nice amount of money to earn there. And we... it is exactly the same as what we are using. It is literally exactly the same with the exception of the weight. And I don't really care about the weight that much, so I'm just going to sell that. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay. So otherwise, we are just going to continue recruiting units. I have some pretty decent money, as I've said before, though. However, I am probably not going to be, recruiting, I was going to say, but I'm not really going to be hiring any people to run caravans or anything like that, because it just doesn't make sense to me to earn trade skill at this point. Everything has a price is a relatively... Well, it kind of saddens me to say so, but everything has a price is a really, really, so heavily nerfed skill that it just doesn't seem worth it anymore to try and earn the amount of money that you would need, the amount of experience that you would need to make that work, and also the money, I suppose, because obviously you're going to need to trade fiefs, and it's just, in my opinion, way too much. But obviously that's my own opinion. You may not agree, but otherwise, let's actually go and get some food, because I am currently starving. You can see my people are being knocked unconscious right now because I just don't have any food in my inventory. That is really, really bad of me. But I do have a lot more money now, so I should be able to get some more. And I am actually going to need to buy some horses at a very inflated price. Yes, that was actually really bad of me as well, but oh well, never mind. Okay, let's just wait here for some time, try to restore our forces. And I think for the moment, that's probably going to be it for this episode. Let me know what you think of the Lorebringer series. I actually have no idea what to really call this, but I suppose the Hand of Lore, the Lorebringer series, the Turtle series, I really have no idea what to call it, to be honest, but yeah, I think it's going to be kind of interesting because in the end, it's going to be a case of, well, can we win against all odds pretty much? Because everyone is going to be against us and we are going to have basically 0 allies. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time.